This is the water heater that broke and flooded our house.
And it's a piece of crap because it flooded my whole house and now every wall in the house is ruined. And because of that, I may just sleep in my car tonight.
Say no to crack.
Let's go look at the damage now. Just show all the people on Facebook that are going to see this what we got to deal with for the next few days. Got to turn the light on because I can't see nothing. Oh, look at all this fun stuff. Yeah, we got too much stuff in our house, I know.
Do you think we should bust out our little secret for Dylan?
No.
Okay. Later.
This is where the leak came from.
We had black mold all over the walls.
And right now we got all of Dylan's stuff in the master bathroom. Oh, and we have no internet connection. Isn't that fun? No! And to top it all off, if you go out the back door, there's Rose. Say, hey Rose. Hey Rose. We also have a sewage leak.
Here we go.
Yes. So this is just a fine couple of days that we've had here. Well, I hope you all enjoy.
Hello, and this is Hinderless. Today I'm going to review Just Us Geeks Podcast 7. So far, I haven't had very many complaints about Just Us Geeks. I've agreed with most of their opinions. I haven't agreed with everything that they've talked about. I mean, Marty, come on. 30 minutes of Transformers? I know you're a Transformers geek, but most people aren't. But beyond that, you know, I don't have too many things I can complain about. But episode 7. Brandon? Sir? I thought you were smarter than this. The Skrulls weren't in the Avengers? Are you an idiot? They were the Chitauri. Have you not ever read the Ultimate comics? The Chitauri are the Skrulls. God, seriously. Okay. And don't even get me started on this whole Hulk versus Superman question. Holy cow, guys. Seriously? Do you realize that Marvel has a character that was equivalent to Supes, right? His name's the Sentry. And you know what? Him and the Hulk fought in this little storyline you may have heard of called World War Hulk. You know who won? The Hulk. Okay. Give me with technicalities. They both depowered at the same time. But like 2 panels later, while Sentry was still sitting over there, Bruce Banner turned back into the Hulk and was ready to go again. So who would win between Hulk and Supes? Hulk. You got it right, you just got it right for the wrong reasons. The Amalgam universe doesn't even count because it's not even in canon. Seriously. You guys act like you've never read a comic book before. Holy cow. Like, Commander Shepard knows this. Seriously, guys. Seriously. Okay? God. And then we come to my question that I posted to you on Twitter. And I was very disappointed by this answer. Very disappointed, guys. Should Hank Pym have been in the Avengers? I would have been okay with a simple no. If that was your opinion. And somebody said, oh, there were too many characters. Okay, that's your opinion. Whatever. But then they were like, oh, well, nobody would have believed that PIM particles would have worked. Oh, that's right, considering we got, some guy that's jacked up on super soldier serum with a shield that can't break. Oh, and then we got the other guy that's flying around in a metal suit using fictional technology. Oh, and don't get me started on the alien that flies by throwing a hammer. Oh, and then what about the guy who got radiated and can now turn into a big green monster? But verily and such, the PIM particles would just been too far for some viewers. What in the world are you talking about? Verily and such, guys, y'all are doing a good job. Keep it up. Can't wait for episode 8. Hello, this is Hinderless, and this is seriously my weekly review of all things Just Us Idiots. First of all, sorry guys about the video being a little bit late. I didn't want you to think I forgot about you today. I was in Starkville trying to pick up some furniture, and I had to deal with some other idiots. U-Haul. Excuse me while I go on a rant about this for a second. I reserve a trailer that I'm supposed to pick up in Burnsville, and it's not there when I get there. Idiots. I mean, seriously. And then I spent half the day on the phone with freaking idiot customer support people who don't know what they're doing. Seriously, it's been quite a day. So finally, I give my furniture back to Rant. All's fine. But on my way home, I decided, hey, it's Thursday. Just Us Geeks comes out today. Their podcast usually comes out on Thursday. Go download it. And I started listening. First thing I do have to say, happy birthday, Marty. I didn't tell you on your Facebook. I didn't tell you on the Just Us Geeks Facebook page. I didn't tell you on the website. Whatever, but happy birthday. Seriously, happy birthday. So the first thing I noticed is, y'all thought y'all would poke fun at me by saying that birthday spankings would get you a negative video review. Actually, it's probably the first half funny thing you've said in the 8 episodes. Seriously, it was pretty darn awesome. I laughed. Next thing was Transformers. Marty, it was your birthday. You get some leeway. I mean, you only talked about it until 22 minutes and 21 seconds into the podcast, so I count it as an improvement. But what I do have a little problem with was this search for Crapatron. Seriously, you're getting people to look for your toys? Seriously, guys. I haven't cited him, so I'm sorry. I can't help you. Next thing is, I have to agree that Jericho was a pretty darn awesome show. I was very upset when it got canceled. I was very glad when it came back. I was very happy with the ending in season 2. And then the comic came along. And it ruined the entire show. So, Marty, don't read it. I don't care what anybody says. Seriously, it is bad. I think a bunch of idiots wrote it. So I was reading today on iTunes. I was reading kind of a description about Just Us Geeks. I came across a little something that said, the Just Us Geeks assembled to discuss all things geek and pop culture. So it got me thinking, I'm pretty entrenched in geek culture myself. Always have been from a very young age. Hey, what about Game of Thrones? I've never heard y'all talk about Game of Thrones, but yet y'all discuss all things geek and pop culture? I mean, Game of Thrones is like the epitome of fantasy TV right now. Well, seriously, why haven't we heard anything about it? What about Magic the Gathering? Yeah, that's a special one to me. But I'm not just saying that because it's special to me, but it's like, oh no, we don't talk about Magic the Gathering. The only time we'll talk about it is when we talk about Hinderless wanting a forum for it, which I can't even get people to come to because of the fact that they're like, but they don't ever talk about Magic. Why would I want to go to their website? But seriously, I have got people to come to y'all's website. It's all cool. What about geek literature? I don't ever hear you talking about good geek literature. Have any of you ever even read something like Dragonlance? Because seriously, it's one of the best modern fantasy series there is out there. I don't even hear you talk about Forgotten Realms, which is a little more mainstream and more people have read. But seriously, where is the geek literature? Since you're all things geek. And then I noticed that there was a huge lack in comic book discussion today. Well, there was like that 10-second aside about the crappy Jericho comics. Did I scare you guys away from comic discussion? I'll try to be a little bit nicer next time y'all talk about them, I promise, okay? I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So, today, I got some fan mail. I actually got an email today, and I thought that I would share my fan mail with all of my 40 or something odd viewers. So, letter that I got today. It says, Dear Hinderless, if you had a superpower, what would it be? Ours would be that we wouldn't be idiots. Signed, Just Us Idiots Podcast. Well, you see, my superpower would be that I could alter reality. That way I could have any superpower. That's too far. You can only do like flying and stuff. That doesn't make any sense because you really can't do anything with it. Yeah, let me see you really get up there flying. You aren't going to be able to breathe. I mean, yeah, you could kind of hover, maybe 100 feet up and be okay, maybe 1,000, but you get too far up there, you're a goner, man. Really, it's such good podcast. Keep doing it, guys. No, I don't know what's taking them so long. Yeah. Josh told me yesterday that it was going to come out today. It's not on. I know it's not on the website. I understand. I mean, usually it comes out on Thursday, but he told me it was going to be today. He told me it was going to be Friday. I don't know what's up with them either, okay? You know how these guys can be. I don't know what's going on. Seriously, it's crazy that they're not putting out content whenever they tell me they're going to. I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if they didn't say it was going to be Friday to me. If he'd told me that it wasn't going to be today. Okay, yeah. Trust me. They'll be hearing about this in my review. I'm actually recording our conversation right now, so. Okay, I'll talk to you later. I'll keep checking. Hello, this is Hinderless, and this is my, I guess you could say, weekly review of Just Us Transformers. This is seriously episode 3. It is Monday. And I was told that the podcast would be coming out Friday. What is this? Seriously. You tell me one thing and then do another. You lost a fan. You saw my phone conversation with one of your fans. They decided they're not going to listen to your podcast because you can't keep your word. Well, actually they did listen to it, but I had to talk them into it. Not only that, but after it didn't come out Friday, you're like, hey, it's going to come out Sunday. But yet, here we are on Monday, and still, we just got the podcast. Okay, let me pause for a second. And I want to talk about something very serious with you. Last week, I made a mistake. I mentioned that the Just Us Geek podcast had not talked about Game of Thrones. I was mistaken. For that, I apologize to all my viewers, and I apologize to Josh, I apologize to Marty, I apologize to Brandon, and I apologize to Jared. I am sincerely sorry, guys. But see, this is what's different about me and you. I can actually admit when I'm wrong. But I've pointed out things that y'all have been wrong about, and you've just, let's just float by it. Let's not mention it. Seriously, that is stupid. Of course, y'all are going to jump on me when I do something wrong, but you can't even admit when you do something wrong? I just had stuff fall off my desk. I'm so angry. One thing I am happy about this week was the level of Transformer stuff was very adequate this week. It wasn't like a fourth of the podcast dedicated to Transformers. So I have to say I'm seriously happy about that. But, Marty, I want to give you some advice. All right? This is real advice. I'm not trying to be critical here. I know everybody just thinks that I'm just some critical monster that just is out to get y'all. Whatever. But, you're having problems with the Facebook app. Me too. I just got my iPhone just a little while back. I hate the Facebook app. Here's what you can do, okay? Delete the app. I believe somebody said that. And use the browser. It's not ideal. Apple's a bunch of idiots, or Facebook rather. It's not Apple's fault. Excuse me. Another mistake. I'm sorry. It's Facebook's fault that the app is bad. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, so use the browser. Trust me, it's a lot better. The only other real complaint I have this week was, I'm not even sure who made the comment, but somebody made the comment that Bane's power level is on the same level as the Hulk. What? Are you an idiot? He's not even close. Listen, the Hulk has no ceiling on his power. The only thing that keeps him from being as strong as he can is Bruce Banner. And trust me, Jean Grey has took Bruce Banner's subconscious out of the Hulk before, and the Hulk beat Onslaught. Bane wouldn't even come close to that. So, y'all kind of inspired me. Y'all inspired me to do interviews of my own. So I got a few different people together, and I did a few interviews to just see what people think about Just Us Geeks. You know, I'm not the only person listening to the podcast, so I wanted to know what other people's opinions were. So I had a couple of in-house interviews that I did. So I hope you guys enjoy. So what do you think about the Just Us Geeks podcast?
You mean that stupid Transformers podcast?
So what do you think about the Just Us Geeks podcast?
I don't listen to them.
So what do you think about the Just Us Geeks podcast?
The what?
This has been Seriously, episode 3. Hope you enjoy. Keep up the good job, guys. Hello, this is Hendreless, and this is Seriously, episode 4. My weekly review of Just Us Know-It-Alls. This week's episode, episode 10. 10 mighty episodes. I really wanted to like this episode. There was a lot of stuff I really wanted to like about this episode. But everything just kind of fell flat. First thing, I want to talk about the question at the beginning. What two superheroes would you want to put together? That is one of the stupidest questions I've ever heard. Now, they've tried it cross-company. Y'all have actually talked about it before. The amalgam universe. It doesn't work. It's never fun. It's never good. So why even wonder about it? Because it's gonna suck. Well, part of that is because of the fact that idiots write for Marvel and DC. There's actually no good writers in Marvel and DC anymore because the editors won't let good writers do what they need to do anyways. So I was going to talk about that. Let's talk about that for just a second. Jared, no, I'm not going to correct you on some crappy story that Marvel did a year ago. You want to know why? Because I stopped reading Marvel and DC comic books when they did One More Day. Oh my Lord. I started reading good stuff like Robert Kirkman's Invincible and Walking Dead. So no, I'm not going to correct you on anything that deals with Wolverine and Thor becoming Hulks. Whatever. Oh my gosh, that just sounds bad. Whose idea was that? Joe Quesada's? Dude's an idiot. Speaking of idiots, let's talk about your interview. What a hypocrite! I'm going to put on a fake mustache and make YouTube videos that I'm a supervillain and say that people that are superheroes are idiots. You're a hypocrite! You're putting on a fake little mustache and making yourself a fake little Scar X Velvet, and you're saying that the heroes are idiots? Don't get me wrong, they are. But you're just as much of an idiot. I don't want to listen to 20 minutes of some stupid idiot talking to a bunch of geeks. I want to hear a bunch of geeks talk about geek stuff. Okay, you guys just don't get it, okay? I harp on the Transformers thing. I do. But it's not because it's Transformers. It's because you spend 20 to 40 minutes on it. So what do you do this week? Oh, let's only let Marty have 2 minutes of Transformers. And let's talk about video games the entire time. Listen, you guys put in your description that you talk about all things geek. Then start talking about all things geek. Stop just oh, let's make this podcast about this, or let's make this one about this, because that's what it feels like you're doing. I can't tell what direction you guys are going in from week to week. Why is it anytime I ask you guys a question, you just royally mess it up? Okay? First thing, I'm not trying to bait you guys with my question, but boy, oh my lord, this one, I was like, what are these idiots thinking? Seriously, it was just like, ah! Marty. Dude, I actually started to like you. You're like the only one on the podcast I actually like right now. But no, you're going to go ruin that with this little quote. There's no track record of a show from a subscription-based... And you didn't finish the sentence. I don't know where it was going from there. But I'm glad somebody cut you off. There's no track record? Are you an idiot? Yeah, Netflix hasn't done any exclusive content yet. But remember my other part of the question. Hulu has been doing this for a while. Have they really? Yeah, they have. The Confession, A Day in the Life, Battleground, Up to Speed, Spy, Misfits, Watts, The Booth at the End. Yeah, they've got quite a few shows. There is a track record. For real, guys. Did you even research this question before you answered it? Or did you just grab around in air looking for an answer to make up? What was wrong with you guys this week? First you deliver an episode late, and then you give me all this bullcrap this week? I'm going to have a heart attack listening to you guys. Right and such, keep up the good work. Hello, my name is Ronnie. This is my first attempt, at a eHarmony video. This is my first time at online dating, so I'm nervous, but I'm excited at the same time. So I'm just going to get started talking about what I like and hope I get some replies. I'm a recent winner of a draft tournament in Tupelo. I love magic. I'm sorry. I'm getting emotional. I love magic. I love every kind of magic card. Sorry. I really love magic cards. And I just want to play all of them. But I can't because that's just crazy. I can't play every magic card, but I just want to. I just want to. I'm sorry. I just get anytime I hear magic, I just love magic. I promised myself I wouldn't cry. Anyway, I'm a magic lover. And, I love to run. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about how many don't get played and how I should have them and how fun they are and their mana cost and their subtypes and their art. I just love them and I want them. I want them in a box and I want a card shop and I want little sleeves and I want them to be on a playmat and just in my deck. And I just want to have all of them. And I just want us to play with them. I can't.